You remember it, right? For almost 10 years, there was one show that had the whole world completely hooked. I mean, it changed television forever. The scale was insane. The betrayals were just jaw-dropping, and the politics, so ruthless. You ready to jump back into all that chaos? Good. This is Game of Thrones in 5 minutes. Okay, let's just start with maybe the most iconic line of the whole series, from the one and only Cersei Lannister. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. Man, that just sums up everything, doesn't it? It's the brutal, cold heart of this whole story. And this game, this fight for the Iron Throne, it's really played by 3 major houses. And believe me, the stakes are, well, they're life and death. All right, first up, let's head to the icy north. This is Stark country. Now, if you're looking for the good guys, this is pretty much where you start. The Starks they're like the moral compass of this whole messed up world. They're all about honor, family, doing the right thing. But here's the catch. In a world this brutal, being the good guy? Yeah, that can be a death sentence. And then we go south to the capital, King's Landing, where we meet the Lannisters. And let me tell you, they are the polar opposite of the Starks. They are cunning, they are ruthless, and they are literally swimming in gold. They pull all the strings from the shadows, and their family motto might as well be, power is everything. They will do anything to keep it. Okay, so you've got the Starks in the north, the Lannisters in the south, but then there's the wild card. Way across the narrow sea, in exile, you've got the last of the Targaryens. Now, these aren't just any old royal family. They're descended from dragon riders, and they are convinced the Iron Throne is theirs. And they plan on taking it back with, you guessed it, fire and blood. So, how does this whole thing kick off? It all starts when our honorable hero, Ned Stark, gets a new job. He has to go south to be the hand of the king, basically the king's number 2. You've got to picture it. He's a fundamentally good man walking straight into a den of vipers. He wants to bring justice to this super corrupt court, but his honor, it's about to slam headfirst into the Lannisters. And oh boy, this is where things get complicated fast. Ned starts digging around, and he uncovers the Lannisters' biggest, darkest secret. Turns out, the king's heirs, they aren't his kids. Nope, they're the children of Queen Cersei and her twin brother, Jaime. I mean, talk about a bombshell. This isn't just a family secret, it's the kind of secret that could burn the whole kingdom to the ground. So what does Ned do? He tries to do the honorable thing, of course. He tries to expose the truth, and what does he get for it? Betrayal. He's arrested for treason. And then, in a move that I think broke everyone's brain watching at home, he's executed, publicly. Just like that, the show killed its main character. All the rules of TV were just gone. It sent a clear message. No one is safe. And Ned's death, that was the spark that lit the wildfire. The peace is just shattered. The North immediately rises up in rebellion, and the whole continent of Westeros just explodes into this massive, brutal civil war. We call it the War of the Five Kings. The game has officially begun. But just when things look their darkest for the Starks, a little bit of hope emerges. Ned's oldest son, Robb, steps up. They call him the Young Wolf. He rallies the armies of the North, and it turns out he is a military genius. He's running circles around the Lannisters on the battlefield. For a minute there, it really looks like he's going to do it. He's going to avenge his dad and win freedom for the North. So, to lock in a key alliance, Robb and his army go to a wedding. And everything seems great. The wine's flowing. There's music. It feels like a celebration, a real turning point. But we're talking about Game of Thrones here, right? And if there's one thing we've learned, it's that whenever people are happy, something terrible is about to happen. And what happens next is, well, it's a scene that people still talk about. The Red Wedding. I mean, this was one of the most brutal, shocking, and just plain traumatic things ever put on TV. This is the moment that cemented the show's reputation. It proved it was totally unpredictable and would break every rule in the book to shock you. It's an ambush. A complete slaughter. Robb Stark, his pregnant wife, his mother Catelyn, his entire command. They're all murdered in this horrifying betrayal. So, let's recap. The show just killed its new hero. Again. The whole Stark rebellion was wiped out in a single night. The lesson? In the world of Game of Thrones, honor gets you nothing but a knife in the heart. Okay, so while all this horror is happening in Westeros, remember that wild card? Across the sea, Daenerys Targaryen isn't just surviving, she's rising. She goes from this powerless girl sold off in marriage to something else entirely. She literally walks into a giant funeral fire and comes out the other side, not just unburnt, but with 3 baby dragons. From there, she frees an army, she conquers entire cities, and she makes herself a queen. But here's the thing. Even while she's doing all this good, freeing slaves and being a liberator, the red flags are there. You can see that Targaryen fire in her, that ruthlessness. She's not afraid to use fire and blood to get what she wants. She's not her father, the Mad King, not yet anyway, but you can feel that potential for destruction is always, always there. So you've got all these families backstabbing each other for a chair, right? But while they're all playing the game, something else is happening. Something much, much worse. Way up in the frozen north, an ancient evil is waking up. The Night King and his army of the dead. And let me be clear, these guys don't care about the Iron Throne. They don't want power. They just want to erase every living thing from the map. And this is what the entire show has been building towards. 2 massive wars are about to collide. First, you've got the Great War. That's literally the living versus the dead, a fight for survival. And then, if anyone's left, you have the last war, the final brutal battle for the Iron Throne between whoever is still standing. Okay, so after this absolutely brutal war against the dead, which they do win, barely, Daenerys and what's left of our heroes all turn their attention south. There's one target left, King's Landing. And who's sitting on the Iron Throne? The one and only Cersei Lannister. And you know she's not giving it up without a fight. The final battle is here. The battle begins and the city surrenders. The bells start ringing, which means it's over. But for Daenerys, it's not. After all the loss, all the betrayal, something inside her just breaks. And she does the unthinkable. She and her dragon burn the entire city to the ground. Soldiers, civilians, men, women, children, everyone. Just ash. Yeah, that moment and the finale that followed became probably one of the most argued about things in TV history. It's why the show has such a complicated legacy, right? People are still in awe of the journey, but man, were they frustrated and divided by how it all wrapped up. So it all comes down to this one question that fans still debate like crazy. What really brought Daenerys down? Was it a literal dagger? Or was it the throne itself, this symbol of absolute power that just seems to corrupt and destroy everyone who gets close to it? What do you think? Drop your theory in the comments. I'd love to read them. And hey, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives like this one.